Welcome back everyone to Speedrunning SE2, the cheesiest series ever. And in our first game, we're actually going to play against Skillis' off-race, a pro player's off-race, and I'm Terran myself. Now, my Terran is obviously my best race here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of a funky cheese to win this one. I don't want to destroy him with a straight-up cheese. I want to do something like a... oh, he knows who I am. I just figured it out. I was like, does he know who I am or not? But I want to go for like maybe like a THOR drop, for example.
Not enough.
Hey man, good luck, have fun. I'm just a normal guy on the ladder, guys. It's not me, I promise. Anyway, the only real speedrunning SE2 is that we have to win within the 6 minutes. Now, just so you guys know, a lot of you have commented on potentially different rules, giving myself some more time, not giving up the game when it's 6 minutes and I haven't won yet, etc, etc. I just want to tell you guys to not worry. As you guys know me, if the series needs any adaptation, I will do it. We can always change the rules later on if it doesn't work for now. I am definitely enjoying the thrill of having to win super fast and having to go super hardcore on the cheese. In the last episode, that freaking game where I did a proxy hatch and a nidus because I was so desperate to win, was honestly one of the favorite games I've played this entire year. So hopefully we can create a little bit more of that magic. Now, I'm not quite sure how I can go for a proxy THOR. Now, we're playing against, like I said, a pro player's off-race. Skillis is a top 3 Protoss in Europe, actually, without exaggeration. So he's very, very good. And his Terran is pretty much around our MMR. It looks like he was 5.6k, which is, I believe, maybe like top 75 Grandmaster or so. He's going for a little bit of a late scout. And what I always say about people that off-race is their mechanics are going to be very good, but they don't necessarily have proper builds down, so to speak. So I can't really pretend I'm playing against the standard patterns. I think I'm just gonna have to do what I do best, execute my build the best way I can. Probably try to scout rather than assume. That makes the most sense. I do need to put one out of gas, so it actually looks like I'm only mining with a few. Like you can see there's only 2 there. Make a second Reaper. I actually don't have to. I don't want to make this Reaper, by the way. I want to go straight into Marines and Thors. And I really wonder if I can actually win by doing a THOR drop from home. Now, if you look at this map, it's pretty close by air, right? So maybe... oh, I need to put back in gas ASAP. There we go. Maybe I can actually fly a THOR over in time and it could work. Sounds a little bit insane, I know. Trust me, I definitely know it sounds a little bit insane, but maybe it is doable. Now, he doesn't have an expansion here. Maybe he's going to be making it up here somewhere. Let me just go first. Was that a Marine? I saw, yeah, a Reaper and a Marine. Ah, I think I know what he's doing. To me, this looks like he's just going for a fast Reaper expand and taking the back base basically as his base. Because otherwise, you wouldn't have a Reaper and a Marine. Now, I told you guys just now, when you play against someone's off-race, you can't assume that he's going to follow the standard patterns. Maybe he just has a really weird build that's Reaper Marine. But I think, judging by how defensive he was with his unit positioning, it does look like he's trying to expand in some way in the back. I can even try to scout it here, actually. I just need to make sure my own THOR and stuff doesn't get scouted. Okay, so he has a reactor most likely. Or did he make all those Marines without one? Oh, he's making... huh, now I'm not so sure anymore. Did he make all those Marines without a reactor? Is he not planning on making a reactor at all? Oh, that is beautiful. Dude, I'm so happy I got that Reaper. If that snuck by, we could have just been screwed instantly. Now, I have one more tactic here that I could use. Is I could try to mine out the back here. And maybe try to enter that way. Could be very smart. Could also be a little bit of a disaster. Is that the best idea? It might be. If he's expanding, then it's definitely the best idea, I would say. Let's try to see if there's anything going on that's weird. Probably not, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, couldn't really see that much, but it looked pretty normal to me. And I think we're just going to go for it. I'm actually going to grab a bunch of SCVs so I can repair my THOR. And then we're just going to have to go for it 100%. Probably doesn't have anything at the tower, but I might as well check with my Marines. No, actually, I can't lose the time. I'm just going to go for it. Let's see. Doesn't have anything at the tower like expected. He does have a cyclo. I could try to kill that cyclo. It's a really crazy move, but I can totally try it. Because I can... are you guys ready for this? This is the dumbest move of the year. Here we go. Oh, he did see me. Oh, I got one hit on it. Okay, I mean, it's pretty decent still. Okay, he has a tank. That is good to know. You guys need to go here. I can actually drop on top of that siege tank as well, but it's a risky move. He doesn't have a barracks here somehow. That is a little bit fascinating. Oh, we're gonna kill that THOR most likely. That is really good. Okay, the Thor goes down. He does get a lock on. I need to repair this one. Okay, so the Thor is going to survive. He has one more tank, by the way. That is the scariest part. That tank is most likely on the right side chilling. I think I can kill that Cyclone. Wait, why is it not shooting? What? Did you guys see that just now? That was straight up not shooting for a little bit. Okay, that is actually a huge disaster. The Thor is absolutely killing everything, though. Even besides that. Here we go. And now I can drop on top of the siege tank. There we go. Kill the Cyclone. Is the Cyclone gonna die? It does die. The tank is gonna die. And we have freaking won with the Thor rush. Absolute insanity. Let me just save this one. And there we go. We have beaten a 5-6 terror with a freaking Thor rush. Oh my god, that was absolutely insane. When the Thor stopped shooting here on the left side, that looked like it could have cost me the game. But I think I know what happened. There's one thing about the Thor that was never fixed. Which is that if it shoots air, it keeps the cooldown, like it's a super long cooldown, and they never distinguish between shooting ground and air. So here you can see it shoots the Raven there, and then it's just in an insanely long cooldown before it starts shooting the ground again. I actually didn't even see that second shot, but that's a beautiful game number 1. Let's keep it going. Alright, game number 2 is going to be against a Protoss called Gunner. Now, let's see what we get. If you guys do love cheeses, exactly like that weird Thor rush, by the way, you guys are going to love the show and love a lot of my other challenges as well, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. Now, we have a PvP. Cheesing in PvP, I think, is going to be one of the most difficult ones. And I'm not saying that because cheese doesn't exist against Protoss. I'm saying it's difficult because cheese is so normal against Protoss that everyone kind of knows what to do. Now, I learned a proxy robo build that I'm going to want to execute here. I'm putting my camera hotkeys anyway, because why not? So what I'm going to do is I want to move my probe out really fast. Ideally, before he can actually get to my base. I'm not sure if I can do that, actually, because I'll have to move out pretty fast for that. I think people typically scout with the gateway probe, so it should be this one. Let me actually make that one first. Don't think it really matters. Now, one thing I'm a little bit afraid of is actually getting cannon rush. But anyway, my plan is to get a really fast proxy robo and pretty much just try to hit him instantly with an immortal. Hopefully he's one gate expanding. That's usually what they like to do these days. Now let me scout my natural. This is a trick I've learned from watching some Protoss players. I think the second gate... Wait, is the gas first or the gate first? I actually forgot. Oh no, the gate is first, definitely. Okay, so we have to put 2 in gas. And then we get a gateway here. And then we send it out. Now I might have messed this up, but it's all good. I think in any case... it looks reasonable enough that it's not going to be terrible for me. Now, the thing is, I do have to proxy the second pylon already. That's always a little bit tricky against Protoss. And I don't really know what spots people normally scout. So I'm just going to build it here. This is like a decent spot. It's not super far away. It's also not too close. And if he finds me, well, you know, that sucks for us. But nothing much we can do about it. Now, I do need to make another pylon as well. Actually, in PvP, you always need to make a pylon next to your mineral line so you can make an oracle. Now, what do I chrono? And I might have to chrono my probes once, just so it doesn't look weird. I think at this point, he already knows I'm doing something weird because I didn't have a second pylon earlier. I mean, you could just assume that it's hidden. Oh, now I see something I did wrong. I should have made the robo before this pylon. I'm actually going to cancel one of the stalkers for a bit, just so I can make this robo. And then, I mean, sucks for us that we're going to be a little bit late on this, but once again, you know, this is the first time we're trying this. If we mess it up a little bit, it's all good. I'm going to use 1 on warp gate. Maybe that'll convince him that I'm going for like a proxy gateway pressure instead of a robo attack. I also need to make a 3rd gate at some point. Also need to make a battery. Which one do I make first? Now, he did probe scout me. Usually, I'm not sure if this applies to PvP actually, but a rule I've learned for like my own Terran games typically is when people scout, it's just less suspicious. So that also means if you cheese at the highest level, you should usually scout, just so it looks like you're playing normal pretty much. Now, I think we're lacking a little bit of minerals. Yeah, an immortal is 275. There we go. And then I'm going to risk it and just make a 3rd gateway instantly instead of the battery. If I die to an oracle, so be it, I guess. Painful lesson learned, and that's about it. Now, I just kept these... I actually could have moved these stalkers out a little bit faster. Because I already killed the probe, of course. Now, I guess I'll still just make the battery. I'm actually going to do 1 chrono on that. Because I want to make a war prism instead of another immortal, I believe. That sounds like the right idea to me. Now, one thing I'm afraid of is walking up his ramp. I thought I saw an observer there. I guess maybe I was wrong. So let's get one. Yeah, so he does have, like I expected, he does have the low ground expansion here. Doesn't seem... Wait, I can actually just kill this. I guess an Immortal or a Void Ray is going to finish soon. I don't know which one it is, but it's going to be one of them most likely. Okay, so there's an Immortal. And then what I'm supposed to do is go for Adepts here. I do have a lot of gas. I'm not sure if I can actually do something about the amount of gas here. Probably want to get... maybe one sentry would be nice. Try to force field off maybe like this area here. He lost a good amount of probes. Definitely still has more probes than me, I would say. Let me kill that. And then I'm going for another Immortal. Now, I think against other Immortal players, because they can go for Stargate or Robo, I think against Immortal, it might have been wiser to get a second Immortal instead. But this is going to be just fine. He does have another battery. I need to be really careful for the battery here. Maybe warp some more Adepts. Try to shade them into the main should also be a very annoying trick, I think. Let's just do that right away. Oh, maybe we can kill that sentry actually here. There we go. He's gonna kill one of them. I did get the sentry. He has an overcharged battery now. Or he can overcharge it at least. And he has a second Immortal. Now this Adept is actually doing fantastic. I should probably do the exact same thing because he doesn't have that walled off. I can just keep shading Adepts into the main really. And that should be a little bit of an annoying thing for him to deal with. Ooh, need to make sure I don't accidentally send them to their death, of course. Might be another Immortal finishing too at some point. That is pretty scary. Yeah, exactly. Just as I said it, it happened. If he comes forward one more time, I can force field him. There we go. Now we have one force fielded. Let's see how much damage we can do if we have them isolated. He's probably gonna... Oh, that one looks a bit exposed. It is gonna be a pretty hard trade here, though. It is already 5:30 as well. Starting to doubt whether I can make this work, really. Let's see. I need another really good force field, I think. Let me just try to get that Robo. Oh, he activated the overcharge. That seems a little bit early. Oh, no. Yes, there we go. That is actually massive. A free Immortal, basically. He didn't even try to attack with it. And now I'm going to go, on your advice, I'm going to go for one final push at 6 minutes, throw everything into the line. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And that's going to be it. Now, the thing is, he has used his overcharge. So I think that's why I'm really confident just waltzing in here, really. Like, without the overcharge, there's not much he can do. And it does seem like we have beaten him here, which is fantastic. He doesn't have the overcharge, so there's nothing that can really save these Immortals at this point. Oh, do need to make careful. There we go. Let's kill this one instead. Make sure to juggle a little. Wait, he actually did kill it. That is unfortunate. I mean, I am 100% sure he's dead here, so... yeah, I guess we can definitely continue. Let me just see. Good micro by him, I have to say. Like, he definitely made a very good effort here, but it's not going to be enough for a gunner. And kind of just waiting for him to surrender. There we go. GG is called. It was a longer game. And this time, I actually used the rule that was most suggested in the comments. Because here, technically... I mean, he was pretty dead. If you look at it from this POV, he looks pretty dead. I have 3 Immortals against 2. I have a Prism, he doesn't. 3 Adepts, 3 Sentries. Like, here it looks dead. But from my POV, it didn't look like the game was completely over. So what you guys suggested in the comments was to, when it's 6 minutes, you're forced to do your last attack. And then, you know, if it works or not, that's it. So that's the rule I applied. Looking at the replay, I was in the right, even in my old rules, because he does look like he was dead. But here, I decided to listen to you guys as well. Obviously, I tell you guys, I always listen to your comments. Here you can see my promise is true. Anyway, that's gonna be it for game number 2. A nice PvP, our first one. Let's do one more. Game 3 is against the Grandmaster Zerg. Alright, now I just wanted to tell you guys, my MMR on this account after the wins we've had is actually incredibly high. Ooh, a Zerg. What are we gonna do against a Zerg? I would like to do something really silly, actually. What could it be? Let me think of the strategy first and I'll get back to you guys. The thing I have in mind is maybe some kind of really weird hell battle in. But what is weird enough and still can win within 6 minutes, right? That's the question. I'm gonna tell you guys about an idea. Not sure if I can use that here, but I'm gonna tell you guys about an idea that I had that I think is absolutely incredible. Hell battle-ins are usually shut down simply by queens and zerglings. They have so many queens, and that's pretty much gonna do all the job. If you have marauders, the lings are very good. But I was wondering, what if you have a really sick build where you cut SCVs and you proxy like one Thor, you already have the armory, right? You proxy like one Thor, which does an amazing job against the queens. I'm just not sure if it holds up, because they might make Baelings, the Baelings can kill the Hellbats, and then, you know, the Lynx can take care of the Thor. But in my mind, it sounds like an absolutely incredible idea. Can I fit all of that within 6 minutes? I don't think I can. To be honest, I don't think I can, but let's see. Well, let's see what my hands-on are doing. Anyway, what I wanted to explain is my MMR at this point is super high. We are 5.9k on this account, which is rank 40 Grandmaster on Europe, super high. And how that happened is, the account I'm playing on is my Ghost to GM account. But if you play another race, you get the MMR of your other, like the main race basically, but with provisional MMR. So I started, I believe, at like 5-4, and then I won 5 games in a row. And now we got like 100 MMR each, and now we're 5.9k. So it's actually not unthinkable we could get pro players' main races soon, which would be, I mean, it would be hilarious to see if we could beat them. Now, for now, let's try to beat this Grandmaster Zerg over here. So for my build to work, I would have to skip the starport for sure. Like, I think there's no way I could ever afford a starport. Probably should have played reactor first, thinking about it, actually, so I could have gotten a few Marines. Now the Overlord is just going to scout me forever, which is pretty annoying. And I guess this SCV, as soon as I'm not sure where the second Overlord actually is. That's unfortunate. I want to move the second SCV to a proxy location. I'll actually just move it to that watchtower over there, see what it sees, and then we can decide what we do. Now, as long as the Overlord doesn't scout me too fast, it's going to be okay. I just don't want the Overlord to see I don't have a starport, because then they get super defensive and, you know, we're kind of screwed. Now, I do need to make the second... Oh, that was a little bit of a mistake, Wendy. I do need to make the second factory pretty fast for this strategy I have in mind, so here we go. I just need to find a good place for it. I'm just going to put it here. It's a bit risky, because it's in range of the... Ooh, that almost died to the queen shot. I thought I was safe. It's a bit risky, because a Zergling that goes to the watchtower will just find it. But I think it's in the realm of reasonable risk to take. I really want to make this build work. And for this one, I'm afraid I might be a little bit over time, but I still really want to try it regardless. So that's what I'm going for. I think I do have to skip all of these SCVs, by the way, from now on. Else there's no way I'll get there. And maybe I should park a Reaper at the watchtower. I feel like there's no way he's going to send 2 Zerglings to the watchtower anyway. So as long as there's like 1 Reaper there, he's like the factory... Does it get spotted if a Zergling walks by there? Probably, actually. Looking at it. Well, it doesn't matter now. We're already committed anyway. You can tell I'm making absolutely no SCVs anymore. I just can't afford SCVs here. I really hope he doesn't do something like make roaches, because then we're just going to get absolutely screwed instantly. And that would be unfortunate. This might be one of the sickest ideas I've ever had, by the way. My ideas are... My brain is always going crazy when I'm playing StarCraft, to be honest, but... This one might take the cake for my cheeses recently, at least. And I say that after doing the freaking weird-ass proxy hatch Nidus cheese. Let's see. I wonder if I could have even fit this... If I could do this build properly, without being on a time limit, I think I would make a starport in there too and just delay the factory for a bit. And then hit with a medevac as well. Because I think that the lack of healing is definitely going to cost me. He's going to see there's nothing in my base. I wonder what he's going to do. Roaches is a logical answer. You could also make a spine crawler or something. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. He's probably like, what the hell am I watching? Is this guy AFK? He has nothing in his base. Now, the Thor is gonna finish at about 5 minutes, I believe. Excuse me. Actually, a little bit before 5 minutes, right? Yeah, it's 10 seconds more to go. And then I guess I'll just walk into his base with a Thor, guys. That's just, yeah, that's just what I'm about to do. Make a bunch of Hellbats. Hope he doesn't have, like, too many Zerglings or anything like this. Okay, that's a lot of creep being built, actually. He's probably going to be super surprised when he sees this Thor. He's going to be like, what now? Here we go. Can I surround the queens? Oh, I'm morphing the Hellbats. Oh, they're actually blocked. No way. We're going to get a bunch of queens there. Well, one queen is going to walk away. I'll let it walk away. Let's see. Yeah, so he's making a bunch of Baelings as expected. That is okay. We're going to be using the Thor here to get on top of the queens. Every single Bailey's gonna die. Oh, one of them actually stays alive. That's unfortunate. We can block that queen, kill that queen off, and then use just a few Hellbats at the front. And the Thor, of course, to just walk in. I don't know if he can counter the Thor. He can only counter the Thor if my Hellbats are out of the way, basically. Else he cannot really counter it. Here you go. I just need to split these really well. Like, the Thor's gonna do all the work on his own, quite literally. Look how the queens are just getting owned. Oh my god, this is actually beautiful. What a cheese did we just do, guys? The queens can do nothing here. This is incredible. I have enough hellbats for the drones. He does have more banelings than I expected. Look at the splits out. The splits are looking good. Thor actually kills the baneling. And 6 minutes have passed, but I'm pretty confident in saying that this game looks like it's ours. And there we go. An absolutely incredible proxy Thor all in. What the hell did I just do? How many drones did he make against this, by the way? He must have had way too many drones, right? Let's see. 52 drones. Okay, let's be honest here, guys. My build was genius, of course. Everyone loved this build, but at the same time, how did his Overlord scout this? No Allen on the barracks, no starport, no third command center, and then make 52 drones of 4 Zerglings. That is a disgusting amount of greed, and it's good for us because otherwise this build may have not worked. Maybe I would have looked like an idiot instead of a genius. So I guess today I take the honor, and this was another amazing episode of Speedrunning SC2. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it, and see you all for the next one. Adios.